Okay, this is a part two with the pharmacist. What's your name, sir? Marty or something? Let's just call him the pharmacist, okay? All right. There's a couple questions I want to ask. First of all, we're talking about this virus and how way before they even called this thing in February, that I've actually talked to some people that were sick in October. And you mentioned that you also felt sick in October?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, about 3 weeks.
For about 3 weeks.
I never get colds or anything, so. Yeah, it's your food now.
Oh, here comes my food. Let's see. Let's check this food out here. This is some really great food here. All right. Now tell me about colloidal silver and how that can work.
It's a heavy metal. It used to be used on babies after they were born to keep infections out of their eyes. Yeah.
So it kills viruses.
More bacterial, but I suppose it could be used for viruses. They use them in the emergency room at times. The doctors use it. They usually use that on wounds.
The U.S. military uses it on all of their battle dressings. And I forgot to tell people that. I personally have been using it for 15 years, and I have not gotten sick from anything. And I actually have false teeth, so I had some pretty bad teeth at a certain point in time in my life. I pulled them out myself, and that hurt, but there was no infection. So this is interesting. Anything else that you want to talk about as far as this whole thing and your analysis of it? Are you still working as a pharmacist?
No, I'm retired.
You're retired?
I mean, I was just broken out.
Okay.
The biggest thing is keep your immune system up. Keep your immune system healthy.
Okay.
I believe that. And there are just simple
Which means you probably want to get out in the sun.
simple over-the-counter stuff, vitamin C, vitamin D, out in the sun, vitamin D.
Right?
Turmeric.
Oh yeah, turmeric.
Turmeric, they talked about it.
Ginger?
Oh, yeah.
Garlic?
Ginger. So a lot of those herbs that they claim are good for your immune system. Vitamin C.
See, I take a horrendous amount of vitamins myself.
Do you?
Oh, yeah. I believe in them.
My mom beat cancer twice.
You're not older.
I'm not
And
older.
I have a friend of mine that's from Ohio that's dealing with cancer right now at 50, in 50s, and so I'm back in her state. She's in Washington right now, but so all these things will help.
My opinion always been disease, and that is a process of depletion as you get older. You know, the stuff that you normally have in this right amount you're supposed to have when you're a kid, as you get older, you start depleting this and that.
Mm-hmm.
And then once things start getting going,
It starts to snowball,
snowballs.
and then that comorbidity comes in.
Called the metabolic process, metabolic syndrome. And you get diabetes, you get heart disease, you get all the normal ones all together.
Now, did you know that the CDC lumps their pneumonia figures in with their flu figures? Would you like to speak on that?
Well, flu leads to pneumonia, which leads to death. That's what you die from the flu. You die from pneumonia.
Okay, so
Breathing and
so the flu itself goes comorbidity to pneumonia.
That's what you die from. Like I said, what it is just your system gets past its point where it can fight off, you know. And then a lot of what the body's doing is actually trying to kill the virus. That's what ends up causing the death. The pneumonia. It's coming from your body's attempt to fight it off.
How you doing?
I used to it.
I love America. That's where
Amen to that.
there is.
I'm not good at I understand things in my head. I'm not good at telling.
Seriously, there's a wealth of information in America by just the common people, and we don't necessarily need us. We don't need newscasts so much as we just need to start listening to each other.
Over the slightest stupidest thing, and Fauci, he's absolutely no good. I don't even know if he ever treated a patient. To me, he's like an academic doctor.
Yeah, and what about Gates?
Fauci's in with Gates.
People have said that Bill Gates is a woman. Have you heard that?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, I don't
But
know.
it's Soros,
Uh-huh.
the Committee of 300, the Illuminati,
Uh-huh.
the Rothschilds. And it's their attempt. They've been trying to do it since the 1700s to control the whole world.
Do you know Albert Pike?
Albert Pike.
Albert Pike, he actually predicted the Third World War, right? You guys know about that?
He was involved with the Rothschilds, and them was involved. The Rothschilds started all the wars.
Right. The Red
This
Shields.
is George Macon, an older gentleman. He's researched all this for years.
George Macon. I'd like to. George May. I'd like to meet the guy.
Yeah, you would. You got an hour to listen to him?
Yeah.
He's a CPA, but he's looked into all about the banking and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But the Rothschilds they're behind everything that's going on in the world. So.
Yeah, I can. We're gonna go off camera with that. But this has been great.
George Soros is behind all this. Barack Obama is a puppet of his.
Right.
Bill Gates is a puppet of his. They all are. But you got John Kerry, you got the Queen of England. You know, they got the Committee of 300.
Yeah.
That's all of them. We're pretty insignificant.
It's nice to meet another American that knows this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, this is part 2, and we're gonna shut her down. 12 soul out. I'm gonna eat.